Calling to order the Woburn School Committee meeting for January 4th, 2021. Could we please all salute the flag? I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Chair and members of the committee and those in the audience, I please ask for a moment of silence, please, for Elizabeth Betty Pickett, school staff member for many years, passed away recently over the holidays. May she rest in peace. Elizabeth Pickett. Thank you.
Hey, good evening, everyone. This is a special meeting of the Woburn School Committee meeting. Woburn School Committee, this meeting is being live streamed. We have a very short agenda. It is being conducted. We are not allowing any in-person people in our meeting given the Governor's executive order on community gatherings. Would the would the secretary?
Oh boy.
Week of vacation, did you?
Would the superintendent, secretary to the school committee, please call the roll?
Ms. Chisholm.
Yes.
Ms. Cormier.
Here.
Mr. Lipset.
Yes.
Mr. Kissel.
Here.
Mr. Morenin.
Present.
Dr. Wells.
Here.
Ms. Crowley.
Here. Okay, first on the agenda, we have the approval of records for 12/8/20. Any action?
Motion to approve?
We have a motion to approve. Do I have a second? Second. Any discussion on that motion? All in favor?
Aye.
That motion passes 7-0. We have open nomination for chairperson for the year 2021.
Madam Chair, if I may, I'd like to make a nomination for Ms. Ellen Crowley for the chairperson for the year 2021, upcoming year. Make that motion, please, Madam Chair.
Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? I have a second.
Madam Chair, I make a motion we close the nomination process.
Second.
On the motion? Before we take the vote, Madam Chair, I just had a couple of things I wanted to say. Obviously, those of us who served the position of chairperson for the school board, it's just always an honor and a privilege. And of course, Ellen, during your chairmanship, it was, I can't even begin to describe the year you've had. There's lots of words going around, but I think your leadership and dedication and just your conviction to the school system, the school district, the students, the families of Woburn, working with the superintendent, the mayor, the entire community, I think we really owe you a debt of gratitude for that alone. I know we did a couple of memorandum of agreement, memorandum of understanding. You dealt with a lot of unions over many, many things. With the work of the superintendent and his team, Woburn, again, we had a reopen plan, a hybrid plan, and it seems to be working very, very well for the most part. Each and every day, I'm sure many of us have done, you're in communications with Dr. Crowley, yourself, and others to get things, kept on track the way it was kept on track. Lots of things, as we know, being chairpeople in the past, there's lots of fun things you're supposed to be doing too as chairperson. And I think just like the students and staff, you missed out on a lot of those. So I think it's going to be a better year for 21, Ellen, and I can't wait to see what you can produce for 2021. So happy to make this nomination tonight, and hopefully the votes go in your favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mulrennan. Any further comment on Ms. Mulrennan's motion to nominate Ellen Crowley to the chair? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, Ellen Crowley has been nominated to serve as chairperson of the Woburn School Committee meeting. Okay, yes.
Why not?
Let's do it. Thank you. Okay, let's do a roll call vote.
Ms. Chisholm.
Yes.
Ms. Cormier.
Yes.
Mr. Lipset.
Yes.
Mr. Kissel.
Yes.
Mr. Morenin.
Yes.
Dr. Wells.
Yes.
Ms. Crowley.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay, that
Okay.
motion passes. Thank you, Mrs. Chisholm, as always.
Take the gavel.
And I'll take the gavel. I just want to state briefly that I accept with enthusiasm the chairmanship for the year 2021. I am so proud of the work that each and every one of you do for this community, as well as our beloved city. Woburn is a town that does take care of each other. As a city, we got through this crisis. We will continue to get through this crisis using compassion, kindness, patience, and understanding. And to the constituents out there, on behalf of the school committee, I pledge that as your elected officials, we will be honest and transparent, and quite frankly, just continue to do the best we can with what is thrown at us. And And the public has good reason to entrust the Woburn Public Schools to us. As a whole, this Woburn School Committee has served over 70 years on the school committee. Mike Mulrennan has served 23 years. Pat Chisholm has served 21 years. Dr. Wells has served 20 years. And Chris Kissel has served 12 years. I think after this many years, it is clear that the Woburn School Committee is pretty darn good at its job, and I am grateful to all of you for your mentorship and all of your talents that you've brought to this community. As for Colleen Cormier and Mr. Andrew Lipsitt, congratulations. This is what it's like to be on the school committee.
Yeah.
And what a first year you've had. And you've demonstrated such amazing talent and dedication to the city. And I think I speak on behalf of the school committee that we are very grateful to have you with us. Keep up the great work. So as you know, we've all heard stories of public school systems that gave up on reopening buildings or simply avoided it due to the community conflicts that it caused. And I know you all share the pride that I have in our administration, Dr. Crowley, Mr. Alcanada, Dr. Baldessari, and Ms. Sprague, that led the teams that rebuilt the Woburn Public School system from scratch during the summer of 2020. The guidance that they had was simply 3 plans. Make 3 plans.
Simple.
And then in September, when it all was done, we watched as our teachers and staff placed themselves at great personal risk just to be with our students. So what is most important is that Woburn students, when they look back at 2020, and you know they will know that the Woburn Public Schools was there for them at a time when they needed it the most. So moving forward, I just have basically 2 thoughts. We are in a great position of strength in our city. We have an excellent relationship with our city and our mayor and city council. The mayor in particular has shown overwhelming support for the schools this year. And I know that that's going to be reflected in the spending limit of this year's budget. And also he will join in our progressive vision for Woburn Public Schools. And the city councilors are actively engaged with us. I particularly want to thank Mr. Michael Concanon, who has been a great advocate for us in the last 7 years. And I think that it's safe to say that Woburn public education is now a main priority. In terms of education needs, there are so many things that we're facing, but I think what we really need to focus on is the education loss that some of our children might be facing due to the disruption in education. And I know that we have a priority of building rigorous education system for all, but we also have to focus on the damage that COVID-19 has caused. And I believe that 2021 will give us a true opportunity to really help kids and maybe alleviate some of their suffering that they've been facing during the pandemic. And how we continue to manage this crisis, which I know you all do so well, will impact the Woburn Public Schools for years to come. But quite frankly, I couldn't imagine a better school committee to work with in this year. So I want to thank you all for your nomination, and I will serve you with loyalty and respect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Well said.
Thank you. Okay, so moving on to updates from the superintendent. Dr. Crowley, would you like to give us any updates on the COVID-19 issue?
Sure. I have just a prepared statement. First of all, I also want to express my gratitude to the school committee and other citywide officials, the city council and the mayor for your continued support during school year 2020. It's certainly been a challenging year, both personally and professionally, for everybody here in the city. We continue to build an airplane while we're flying, and I'm grateful for the amazing work of all of our staff, including but not limited to our school secretaries, school nurses, teachers, paraprofessionals, custodians, our food service workers, our bus drivers, our van drivers, and our administrative team. It's truly a team effort. And as we head into 2021, I'm excited about the same group of staff who consistently prioritize students, and I couldn't be more proud to work alongside such a dedicated team here in Woburn. As it relates to a couple other specific updates, As you know, at the committee and the entire district, we pivoted into the remote model this week. The decision was not an easy one. We made it proactively in conjunction with the Woburn Board of Health to ensure that our students and staff health and safety remains a priority, and that we're targeting a return to our hybrid model on January 11th, a week from today. We set up additional staff testing. There are 2 days. One is tomorrow. There'll be over 250 staff tested tomorrow, and again, another test site on Friday. I also want to just take a minute to thank personally Mary Heater, who's our nurse leader, who has been instrumental in collecting data and working with all the school nurses during this public health crisis. And then lastly, this is, you're going to have to go back in time. There was a Student Opportunity Act that was passed last year, and we have to submit by January 15th our plan. Ours is the short form, and the priority is going to be early childhood literacy. And at the next school committee meeting, Ms. Sprague will give a presentation with the rationale explaining why we made that selection. But it's a preview of a coming attraction. And so, again, I just genuinely, it's been an incredible challenge this year. And I thank you for your patience and support. And I'm proud to serve as the superintendent in Woburn.
Thank you. Any questions for Dr. Crowley on the updates that he gave us? Do we have a meeting scheduled before the 15th, Mr. Superintendent?
I believe
Or
the
members?
13th.
13th.
Great, okay, so that will give you enough time to get that approval
Yes.
in? Okay, great. And I want to recognize that Wendy Sprague, Mike Baldessari, and Bob Alcanada are appearing in this meeting via remote, so thank you all for being here.
Here they are.
Okay, so,
Short commute.
Yeah.
thank you. And so if we don't have anything else, I will accept the motion to adjourn.
So moved, Madam Chairperson. Motion to adjourn.
Any discussion on that motion? All in favor?
All right.
This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.